Hi everyone, as previously promised, I'm going to be trying to upload 1 or 2 mastery skill assessment videos a week over the next couple weeks. And so I've already uploaded one. I will show you in mastery skills. I'm always going to put the video right above the actual test so that you can review it, take notes, do whatever you need to do, and then go in and take the test. So today I was looking at which one I thought would be beneficial for us to go over, and I'm going to go ahead and go over implied main ideas. So what I decided is we're going to do the very first post-test. Now, I was looking at your grades in the gradebook. Some of you have taken the first one and the second one, and it didn't go well either time. So if you already took the first one and it did not go well, I cleared your test score. Now, I know that sounds like it might make a little more work for you. However, I am hoping that you can watch my video, take your test, and therefore it'll improve your score, and your overall mastery skills assessment score will go up therefore. So hopefully you don't mind the fact that I cleared that out, and we'll take this together. Okay, so this is implied main idea post-test 1. And I also chose this one because it goes through the definitions of implied main idea, which is also what I like. I want to be able to review these concepts with you. So question 1, an implied main idea is the most important point that the author states in the passage. Now we're almost okay there. However, that word right there throws it off. An implied main idea is not stated. It is implied, which means it's not in there anywhere. So that is false, because we have to put it into our own words. Question 2. The first step to determining an implied main idea is to summarize what the author is saying in the supporting details. Again, sounds good, except the first step is actually finding the topic. Who or what is this paragraph about? Then you look to see, what are the details saying about this topic? What am I learning about this topic? So question 2 is false. Question 3, a good question to ask to determine the implied main idea is, what are the major details telling me about this topic? Here we go. Now we've found the topic. Now we do, in fact, ask, what are the details telling me? So question 3 is true. Question 4, an implied main idea should be general enough to include all the major points. We've talked about this with stated main ideas. Yeah, your main idea has to be general or broad enough to include everything in the selection. Question 5, a central point is the same thing as an implied main idea. This is false. I know we haven't talked much about this yet. If you watch your video on Monday, March 24th, you'll hear about it. But a central point deals with multiple paragraphs. Main idea deals with one paragraph. So while they have similarities, they are not the same thing. So question 5 is false. Question 6, so now we have our paragraphs, and it's the same paragraph throughout the entire rest of the question. So I'll read it once, and then that's what we're referring back to. 2 of today's rapidly growing health professions are the fields of orthotics and prosthetics. Orthotic and prosthetic technicians design and manufacture prosthetic limbs from various materials such as plastic, metal, leather, and other materials. Their training covers subjects including human anatomy, the technology of materials, using hand and power tools, equipment, and laboratory safety. Orthotics is the science of using specialized devices to support weakened or abnormal limbs. Many community colleges offer a 2-year degree or certificate programs in orthotics and prosthetic technology. Once students complete the program, they are qualified to work in clinics, hospitals, prosthetic companies, and government agencies. Their training helps people with handicaps to live a better life with prosthetic aids. All right, what is the topic of this paragraph? Hopefully you can see that they are mentioning orthotics over and over, as well as prosthetics over and over. So both of those are, in fact, our topic, orthotics and prosthetic technology. So using that same paragraph for question 7, what is the topic sentence? It is directly stated in here. We don't really have to come up with it in our own words, and we know our topic is orthotics and prosthetics. So already we can eliminate the second and the fourth choices because they don't mention both, but the first one is our most general. It happens to be the first sentence of the paragraph, but it introduces what the entire paragraph is going to be about. These are 2 fields in healthcare called orthotics and prosthetics. Question 8, what is the overall pattern of organization? Now again, this is something we haven't got to yet, so I can understand if you're like, I don't know what this is. So we're going to look at this, and I'm going to point out some things, and you'll see this in a future paragraph. We will talk about this. If we look here, specifically right here, we have an example of this. We have an example of it right here. What they're doing very nicely here is listing. They are listing. In this case, they're listing materials. Down here, they're listing where they can work. There's a lot of listing going on. So that's what this pattern organization is. And this is, again, another topic that we will discuss in here very soon. Question number 9. What is the relationship within the sentence? Orthotics and prosthetic technicians design and manufacture prosthetic limbs from plastic, metal, leather, and other materials. Hopefully you can see again, they are listing here. Listing means just what it sounds like. They are literally listing items. And then if you look question 10, the relationship between these two sentences, they are listing here, but they're not listing in the second one. Time order, I don't see any time order, meaning there's no dates, there's no months, there's no years. I would almost go with definition, except they're only given a definition right here. So what they're doing here is kind of doing some comparing. Not as much contrast, but they're kind of comparing what is going on in both of these fields, how they are alike. And then they split off and tell a little bit about how orthotics is a little bit more specific. So there's comparing and contrasting in that particular question. Okay, and then you'll save and submit, and then you will see this video posted right above. When we go back into Mastery Skills, you'll see it posted right above the implied main idea. All right, be on the lookout for a next video in the coming week. Bye.